He decides to bring his sister Lena on board. She's a network engineer, smart, dependable. That night, another strike hits, the Mercantile Trade Exchange in Chicago. Numbers on the screen go haywire, climbing like crazy. Something big is happening. The next morning, the FBI holds a meeting. They examine the hacker's code and come to a surprising conclusion. It was written by two different people. But Dar isn't impressed. He thinks the report is amateur at best. He turns to Carol and tells him, "Get Nick." Now, Nick's no stranger to hacking. In fact, he has a long history of robbing banks, digitally of course. Carol thinks bringing Nick in is madness. But Dar reveals something unexpected. Half the code used in the attack. He wrote it himself back in college, just for fun. The other half? Nick's. Looks like the hackers stole their old code, tweaked it, and unleashed it. To catch this guy, they need someone who really understands that code. That someone is Nick. So, an FBI agent pays Nick a visit in prison. Offers him temporary freedom if he helps. But Nick is sharp, he sees through the fine print. 2 weeks of freedom? Not enough. He proposes his own deal. If he catches the hacker, he's free for good. If he fails, he'll go back behind bars. The FBI, out of options, takes the deal. Dar picks Nick up personally. It's a cold reunion. On the plane, Dar shows Nick the modified code. Carol isn't thrilled. Nick was only supposed to get computer access under supervision. But the rules are already bending. Nick is then given access to the Mercantile Trade Exchange terminals. High-level security, top-of-the-line firewall. The only way to plant a virus? Physically, and only the boss can access it, via thumbprint. As Nick digs in, he uncovers hidden code, planted on the boss's USB. They start connecting the dots. The boss recalls a man named Lozano. He worked there just a month. Then disappeared. Later, Nick, Lena, and Dar analyze more of the code. It's messy, unfinished lines everywhere. This hacker needed money, and fast. He hit the soy market, filled his account, and vanished. But it's not over. He's preparing for something bigger. Meanwhile, the FBI spots Lozano on surveillance. Tattoos tell them everything. He's part of a gang and used a fake identity. They can't make it obvious, so Nick and Lena head to talk to him. Nick is fitted with an ankle monitor. But it's too late. Lozano is found dead, needle in his arm. Inside his place, they find high-powered devices. Anonymous servers. No IPs. Everything encrypted. Nick responds to a cryptic email on Lozano's computer, confirming a meeting. The agent watching Nick tries to call it in, but no signal. Nick takes his phone and modifies the Monitor app. Meanwhile, Dar and Carol demand access to the trade exchange's client files. The boss refuses, until Carol threatens to leak the security breach to the media. He caves. As they comb through records, they find something. 3 major trades, perfectly timed with the hack. Traced all the way to bank accounts in Hong Kong. That night, Nick and Lena wait at a restaurant for the hacker. He never shows. But something's off. Nick checks the back room, discovers someone's been watching them through the security system. The IP? Ukraine. Nick messages the hacker. Gets mocked in return. He's furious. Heads back to Lena, but just then, thugs walk in. No questions. Just trouble. Nick doesn't wait. He fights back, using chairs, tables, bottles, anything he can grab. One thug comes at him with a knife. Nick breaks a bottle, takes him down. Fight over. He calls Dar. Warns him the email was a trap. The hacker knows they're on his trail. Dar decides, they're going to China. Nick and Lena spend their last night intimately. At the power plant, crews are still recovering from an explosion. It's too hot to enter, so they wait. Later, they meet with local police. They've tracked the account owners, 3 low-level thugs tied to a bigger criminal, Casa. Clearly just fronts. No suspicious behavior, but Nick cross-checks their daily routes. One address shows up over and over. Nick and Dar head there. They find a police van surveilling a Lebanese trafficker. Reviewing footage, they see the three thugs show up every morning. Just texting. Nick investigates. Finds a hidden transmitter in the bushes. They hook it up. Confirm it. The hacker sends messages to the device. His agents walk past, receive the data, then delete it. No evidence left behind. Suddenly, the accounts get emptied. Hackers cashing out. Nick learns something else. His sister's helping him. They board a helicopter to go after Casa. During the ride, Dar warns Nick, rethink your relationship with Lena. You could be going back to prison. They arrive. But the surveillance team is already dead. Inside the building, it's chaos. Agents exchange fire with Casa's men. Casa uses an agent as a human shield, then kills him. The criminals try to escape through a tunnel, planting explosives as they go. But the FBI is already waiting at the exit. A brutal shootout follows. Explosions rip through the tunnel, burying the agents alive. The rest of the team is pinned down. The criminals flee on a boat. That night, Casa picks up a package from traffickers aboard a ship. Then heads back to land. Meanwhile, temperatures at the plant have finally cooled. Dar, Nick, and the others suit up in hazmat gear and head in. They enter the server room. Bodies still lie on the floor. One agent collapses. Nick tells Dar to get him out. Nick grabs an axe. Smashes the server. Pieces of the ceiling fall. He digs until he pulls out a hard drive. Back outside, emergency crews cool it off. But the drive's corrupted. No data. Nick remembers. The FBI restored his deleted files once. Carol reveals they have a program, Black Widow. But her boss won't approve using it. So Nick volunteers to hack in. Sends a phishing email. The malware captures the new password. He logs in. Success. The team leaves to grab dinner. Meanwhile, someone slips something under their car. Nick finds the hacker's real IP, in Indonesia. But the server's bulletproof. Hosted by a hacker-only company. Their only option? Go there and get the physical drives. Carol's boss won't help again. So Dar works on getting them visas. Later, Leon uncovers payments from the hacker for satellite images of Malaysia's coastline. But then, the Chinese government finds out about Nick hacking into Black Widow. They want him back in jail. Dar argues. No use. The others can go to Indonesia. Nick? He's heading back to the US in the morning. Dar texts Lena. She and Nick escape. Carol gets orders. Bring Nick in. But he's already gone. Nick and Dar meet secretly. Dar warns him. America thinks China has Black Widow. He's now a target. Nick has to run. Lena wants to come too. They argue. She leaves, heartbroken. Then boom. Their car explodes. Dar is gone. Casa's men open fire. Nick pulls Lena to safety. Carol and another agent arrive. A gunfight breaks out. They're both killed. Nick and Lena escape through a subway station. Barely. Lena wants revenge. Nick agrees. They buy fake passports. Toss Nick's monitor into the ocean. Catch a private flight to Malaysia. Following satellite coordinates, they find a staircase among rocks. At the top? A hatch. Below it, machinery controlling the dam. It's the same setup as the power plant. Nick pieces it together. The hacker plans to blow the dam. The goal? Crash the tin market and profit big. They travel to Indonesia next. Nick causes a distraction by dropping a van onto the server building. While chaos erupts, he sneaks inside. Downloads everything he can. Back at their room, they confirm it. The hacker's got a third RAT. He's aiming at the dam. They've also got his real account. The next day, Lena walks into a bank, pretending she has a meeting. She hands over a USB. The manager connects it. Nick hacks in. Transfers all the hacker's money into his account. Then leaves a message, with a phone number. A call comes. Casa. But Nick hangs up. He wants Zodok, the real hacker. Zodok calls next. Nick plays along, says he wants to team up. They set a meeting. Nick gets ready. Makes improvised armor. Hides weapons. Tells Zodok, come alone. But Zadok shows up with his goons. Again. Lena warns Nick. He changes locations. They meet at a festival. Zadok's men mix into the crowd. Nick tries to ambush Casa. But he's caught. Casa raises his gun. Nick reacts fast, stabs him with a screwdriver, grabs the gun, faces Zadok. Zadok's men fire. Nick takes a hit, but fires back. Both thugs go down. Zadok lunges with a knife, but it gets stuck in Nick's hood. They struggle. Nick breaks his arm, then finishes him off, stab after stab. Bleeding, Nick runs to Lena. She patches him up. Thanks to the armor, he'll survive. The next morning, they leave Indonesia, starting over with Zadok's fortune. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for more stories like this. Thanks for watching.